first of all, what did you make of Pelosi's visit to Taiwan? Because it was completely unexpected, being called provocative by the Chinese. She says, the Americans say, they're there to support Taiwan as a self-ruling state. What do you make of it all?
Well, I think, first of all, it's important to say that America, of course, should support Taiwan. It's for geopolitical reasons. Taiwan is in a very strategic location. It has to be in a US ally for the sake of basically the Western-led international order. And that is a good thing to be, a good position to be in. On the other hand, diplomacy is all about not asking difficult questions, about being diplomatic. And I think Pelosi's visit wasn't necessarily diplomatic because it forced all three sides, US, Taiwan and China, into very predictable positions, and now we're in a situation where tensions are escalated. And whilst I don't think this is going to lead to an invasion, it is nevertheless leading to more aggression from China than Taiwan has seen in decades.
So it was like sort of poking the sleeping tiger, was it?
Yes, and of course you should make sure that Taiwan, as a victim of the sleeping tiger, should be well defended should that tiger ever wake up. But why would you go and poke it when it wasn't really doing anything in the meantime? And now what we're seeing is that China has flown missiles over the island of Taiwan. It has essentially blockaded for a few days key commercial routes, air routes around Taiwan. And so we see what China is capable of now, which is good, I guess, for some US military intelligence. That is informative to see. But at the same time, in future, when China does similar military drills, it has pushed out that cordon sanitaire. It will continue to do that kind of thing. So the new normal, essentially, has been established.
What is interesting, though, I thought was really interesting yesterday, was America cancelled some ICBM tests, intercontinental ballistic missiles. It was meant to be testing those. It pulled back on that testing to not be provocative. Now, will that have an impact?
I think that is really good to see that the US side clearly sees that this is China having a temper tantrum. It is grandstanding. It is not escalation into an invasion. And therefore, they don't want to make things worse by doing things like missile tests at the same time. And also, warships, US warships in the vicinity have also drawn back to reduce the risk of an accidental hit, which would escalate things as well.
Yeah.
Taiwan's premier has condemned China as the evil neighbour next door. That's after these live military rehearsals are going on around the island. How is this going down with people that live in Taiwan with these escalating tensions? Do they fear an invasion? Because China does want to take back Taiwan at some stage, don't they?
Yeah, China definitely does. What's fascinating is that on my podcast, Chinese Whispers, I've been speaking to a Taiwanese journalist who is in Taipei, and he actually said that until about 48 hours before Pelosi arrived, nobody was really talking about it. It's all, same kind of stuff. You live your life. This is all politics. And then Pelosi comes, and there are some people who are supportive, some people who are against. And now you're left with dealing with the aftermath. And she's gone off to Japan. She doesn't really care. And so they're dealing with the aftermath. But they're also relatively relaxed about it because China has been pointing its warheads at Taiwan for generations now. So I think some of the Taiwanese people are thinking, well, we'll believe it when we see it. For now, this is just background noise. Some tourists even reportedly went to some locations in Taiwan to see those missile shoots happening off the coast, just because it is a historic moment. And whilst they shouldn't be complacent, I think for a lot of Taiwanese people, they have been threatened for years now. So
it's interesting, though, isn't it? I mean, is there a sense that America has always said, and the international community has always said, they would support Taiwan should China try to move to retake it? This is an indication of that determination. It may have been ill-judged, it may have proved problematic, but it does show China, doesn't it, that if it was to move, they are actually going to face a huge international response.
I think so. People who are more in the military intelligence community will know exactly how much information you can garner from exactly the kind of drills that China has been doing now and what the US response could be. Because at the moment, it does look like China could make quite an effective blockade, at least for a few days at a time, which is all it would need to disrupt, basically, trade routes in and out of Taiwan. The question is, does America think that it can refuel, it can defend in time for something like that to back up Taiwan? And I don't know in terms of the calculations going on in the Pentagon from what they've seen in the last few days. But I think China basically has shown its hand a little bit here. And that is not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
We were speaking to a guest yesterday who was saying that many people in Taiwan, they are Chinese or their families and the generation before them have come from China. So what does this mean for people in Taiwan now who have close ties and close relationships with those in China? It must be really quite worrying.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reverse is true as well. There are people in China who don't want war with Taiwan because they see them as, brothers and sisters in arms. So, you wouldn't want to be causing casualties where you consider them to be not necessarily in your country, but at least of the same kind of nationhood notion. And also, you speak the same language. I'm from China, but I was able to speak to this Taiwanese journalist in Mandarin. So, there's a lot of cultural links there where people with people links don't necessarily want war. And so I think that's the nature of the situation here.